my passion lies in getting the right solutions for the right business. I always like to say that you can have two businesses that are exactly the same, have exactly the same software, but the implementation wasn't quite right, or there's certain nuances, and I see our job to pick those. My name's James Hewitt. I'm a partner here at Crowe UK LLP. I'm based out of the London office, and I joined in June to head up our digital and alliances practice. My journey of becoming a partner at Crowe slightly different to some of my colleagues in Crowe LLP. So after my degree in accounting and finance, I decided on the route of becoming an accountant, and I was in practice for a short while, and then I moved straight into industry. So I'm a management accountant by trade, I'm SEMA, and I worked my way through the finance team from management accountant through to finance manager. So in that early part of my career, really cut my teeth in systems and analytics. And then I moved through different industries as I progressed my career through to financial controller and to group controller and group FD level. Throughout that, I worked with multiple systems, and in the latter stages, I inherited ERP implementations while running finance teams using them, and ran implementations on the client side. Following that part of my career, I then moved into consulting. So after the implementations of ERPs, I decided that and hoped to bring some value from a consulting side, having been through my finance career. And I became a NetSuite consultant, and I supported a growing NetSuite consultancy for several years in London. And then I've worked for IT, global IT and software firms in different capacities. So I was COO at a consultancy, so I grew a team out delivering implementations and service offerings for global clients, and then moved on to a software vendor. And I now find myself going somewhat full circle back into accounting practice, which I'm very, very excited to be at. It's an interesting process when you go from industry into accounting practice, and of course a challenging one, as it should be, but the team here at Crowe have been exceptionally supportive and embracing in me joining and supporting what we now are going to embark on. So my area is digital and alliances, and what we focus on is the operational tools of the finance team at the core, and then moving out to the operational tools. So the core systems and our alliances that we focus on are mainly the accounting system, the tools, through to the enterprise resource planner, so the ERP tool. So what that would encompass is supporting our clients when they are looking for an accounting system. Typically, by the time that we come in the digital team, is that they're already using an accounting software such as a QuickBooks or a Xero or a Sage. So what we then look to do is take them on the next path, the next step of their journey as a business. So as they grow and they equip themselves for the future, we then support them to assess themselves firstly, and their processes, their team makeup, what do they need as a business, what's their strategy. And we take all of that and then we help them support in choosing the right system, and then we'll take them through that part of the process. We then have our alliance partners in NetSuite, Microsoft and Sage, whereby we can then support them through the transformation. I always find, and especially from my experience, as I mentioned, being the other side of the fence, choosing the technology and assessing is one thing, and then what we then do is we then take them through that journey of transformation, which when be it whatever size you are, you'll face different challenges. I like to speak to clients and explain that, especially when you're moving up to an ERP system, these are big projects. So that's what we look to do. We have a team here that supports our clients through the process in initial implementation, design, build, all the way through to how we manage the projects and then support them into the future. So we, as I mentioned, we support different industries in that. The key focus for me, my passion lies in getting the right solutions for the right business. I always like to say that you can have two businesses that are exactly the same, have exactly the same software, but the implementation wasn't quite right, or there's certain nuances, and I see our job to pick those, choose them and advise and get the right solutions in. And ultimately what we do within the team is, through that process, is hang our hat on delivering the right solution. It's been great in the first few months that I've been here, meeting the other partners, meeting the rest of the team. One of the things I love about this place is coming in and seeing interns and seeing the multitude of different people that are part of Crowe. So I've been spending a lot of time meeting people, learning what they do, helping them understand a bit more about what I do, and that will continue into definitely for the next few months. The other things I'm doing is, based out of London, we support different areas, different regions. So for me, a big focus for the next 6 months is creating relationships, not only within the UK, but within our Crowe Global network. So while I am new to Crowe, Digital Alliance and IT Advisory is not new to Crowe Global. We have a superb footprint across the whole globe in terms of our capabilities in delivering these different IT solutions, different digital and alliances. So for me, it's creating really strong alliances, really good relationships with the other partner firms, which is already paying dividends in regions and areas that we can really maximize our expertise in. One of the core reasons for me joining was to be able to do that. It was, as a system implementer, as I was in my past, in between my accounting career and my career here at Crowe, you're somewhat limited in what you can deliver because you're not an audit, tax, advisory firm. And that's another area that I'm really excited to work with the other partners and the other teams across the business. And I've been working with some of them on supporting their clients on the very services that we have in place. And there's some great synergies, being able to, as I say, not only in the UK, but across Europe, across different regions, being able to pull that expertise and knowledge, not only in the digital, but in those specialist areas, which we know can be super complex and super challenging for businesses. And the nature of global mobilization now with businesses is such that those demands are there. We're in a great position to exploit that. So for me, the next 6 months is very much that. Get our footprint in the UK, work with the other teams, and really maximize what we can deliver to our clients. And of course, and I'm building a great team, and already started that. And I'm really excited to have brought on some of the team that I have already. I am lucky enough to I live just outside of London. Very, very fortunate for us anyway, that we get the best of both. I get to go the other side of the M25, albeit not far, into the Chiltern Hills. And yeah, I live there, wife and 2 kids and 3 dogs. So most of my time, as you can imagine, is around that. I'm now coach of my daughter's football team on a Saturday morning. I was volunteered, I think, actually, rather than selected, but thoroughly enjoy that. So yeah, weekends, as with most parents, are ferrying our children around to different events and sporting endeavours. I was a keen rugby player, so I still follow rugby, get to it when I can, and occasionally get on the golf course, albeit not as much as one would like.